Hey everyone, thank you for watching another episode of Meet Your Emmy Nominee. We have 4-time Emmy nominee Judith Light here. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. Now I have to say, your energy is like waking me up. You're just so vibrant,
You said
so
it was the
fun.
color of the outfit.
The dress too is definitely waking me up. But no, you have such a great energy.
Thank you.
It's so great.
Thank
How's
you.
your summer going? How's life?
Good, everything's good.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to be here. I'm so thrilled to be nominated again, and particularly for the Assassination of Gianni Versace.
Exactly.
You know, it's like when you look at all of this and you think about your peers and all of the people that you've worked with and what you've been around for a long time like I have, and to still be honored in this way and in such an incredibly expansive category, and to be chosen again in this way, I feel very much like I've won. I mean, I know that sounds sort of, I don't mean to be coy
but it's
about
genuine.
it, but it really is. It's really true for me. It's just so wonderful to be able to have that.
Now, speaking of this, Emmy nomination day, what was your reaction in getting it for this role, and what, I guess, have you celebrated since?
I haven't had time. I was actually in Atlanta shooting a recurring part on a new Facebook show with Catherine Zeta-Jones, and I didn't hear anything, and I thought, oh, okay, well, it didn't happen. Okay, let's, we'll go on with the day, and, grateful for the work and all of that. And then,
but it did happen.
And then it happened, and I was like, I was surprised. I tell you truthfully, I mean, I wanted to be nominated.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Murphy is very, very special, and his people are really amazing, and so many people came together to make that happen for me in this way that I get to talk about how grateful I am to all of them.
Now, speaking of that, in Ryan Murphy, was there ever a time where you guys were going to work together on another project, or was this the first time?
This was.
So how did it kind of come to be where you did?
This was
the stars crossed.
Really extraordinary. Years ago, I did a play called Other Desert Cities, and that was on Broadway. Yeah. And a brilliant playwright, John Robin Bates, wrote it, and Joe Mantello directed it, and I was with all these fabulous people, and I got to know Robbie well and to love him. And I got this text from him on a Friday night, and he said, I'm working with these people, Brad Simpson, Nina Jacobson, and Ryan Murphy, and he said, you have to know these people. He said, I think you may be getting a script. He said, I really want you to pay attention to it. So it was sort of like that, and I was like, oh, talk about waking up. And I was like, oh, okay, this is fantastic. And sure enough, it happened, and then what subsequently happened was my whole schedule for September was, I had all these things that I was doing. Yeah. And my agent, Bob Gersh, said to me, cancel everything. He said, you have to do this. Yeah. And I was like, and they were wonderful with me, because there was one thing that I absolutely had to do that I could not get out of. And it was in Washington, D.C. And they needed me in L.A. on September 7th. And I said, if there's anyone in the world who will understand this, it's Ryan Murphy. Yeah. I have to be at the opening of the AIDS conference in Washington, D.C. for the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation. And they said, fine. Can you take a plane later that day, and we'll do all the fittings on the next day, which was September 8th. And I said, I will be there. Got on the plane and got there. But those are the kinds of people that you're talking about working with. So that's how it came to be, and that was my first foray with them. And I swear to you, they did a hair, makeup, and wardrobe test in a day. And then they made me suits that I wear in the show
for the show
in like basically a day and a half. It's an amazing team, and that's all comes from the head. That's all Ryan.
Do you see you and Ryan working together again, or are you already working together again?
I want to. Listen. Yes.
He's watching right now, Ryan.
I want to.
Let's make it happen again.
Yeah, I would love that.
Now, your role as Marilyn Miglin in Versace, it's such a powerful one in the sense that throughout her whole story, there's such sorrow and loss, but it's kind of this internal battle. And there's a moment when you like break down and cry, and you say, "Am I a good wife yet?" Or
am I a good wife now?
So, am I a good wife now? So, what I guess were the challenges of playing that role and kind of showing that struggle?
There were a lot of challenges, but when you have a great script by Tom Rob Smith, when you have a great director like Gwyneth Porter Payton, and then some of the subsequent things that were shot by Dan Minahan. Another wonderful director, and you work.
But there were there were such subtleties in showing her, like.
And when you work with somebody like Mike Farrell, the script gave me so much. That, and I keep referring to it as a roadmap. It was really a way into this character and how this character behaves, and the behavior and the internal. There's a volcano inside, and you see it in that one moment in My Good Wife Now. But there is this tension of holding something within always, and that I found incredibly challenging, because there's, for so often it's like I wanted to show what was happening, and you can't do that. That's not going to give everybody else the experience that I'm hoping to have them have, nor the experience that Ryan and Tom Rob-Smith and Gwyneth want people to have in this particular story. And it kind of got set apart from the rest of the series in this very interesting way, and people reacted to it so explosively. I never expected that. People were really taken with it, and I think it came from seeing and watching that kind of sorrow and just that one moment of not holding it in anymore, but letting it go, that I think was very powerful with people. And then they brought me back to do episode 9.
Now, these are obviously the real events. This really happened. Marilyn Miglin is a real person. Darren Criss recently opened up on a roundtable about when thinking about the role and thinking about the story. It wasn't that he was hesitant, but he thought about kind of the fact that this would reopen the wound for these families of what Andrew did.
Absolutely.
Can you kind of talk about that
Sure.
and when taking on the role? And
I didn't speak with her. I didn't ever intend to speak with her, and I don't think anybody...
And there's a million videos out there you didn't. I don't think you watched the videos.
No. I wanted to be very careful that I was creating this person who had this experience, and that I was not creating a caricature of somebody that I had seen. I didn't think it was going to be helpful, but I mean, I got a lot from Maureen Orth's book, and I really felt deferential, and I feel very much the way that Darren does, that if you're creating somebody who has gone through this particularly painful episode of their life and is still probably there constantly at some level, you don't treat that in a way that is offhanded just because you happen to be doing a piece on television about it. It's irresponsible, I think, to who the human being is.
Now, and obviously the title of the series is The Assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story. And it is about Versace, but it's also about these stories that I feel like a lot of people didn't know about.
They didn't.
So did you know about these stories in the 90s? Or?
No. I remember when Versace was killed, when he was murdered, but I didn't know about all of the stories that led up to that. I didn't know about Lee Miglin and Marilyn Miglin. I had no idea about who these people were. And I think that's what sort of shocked America. I think that's why so many people have taken this particular crime story and really were so wanting to see what had happened, because you're talking about a serial killer, and you're also talking about the what happened in the culture that kept him from being caught and more people being killed. Had they been on him and remember, you're still talking about the 90s where there was a tremendous amount of homophobia in the country, and AIDS is still...
And that's what the series explores that.
Yes, and that's the education of the series, and that's the historic education, the implications of what happened then and how it could happen again, because we're still living in very much some of the same circumstances and dynamics that keep homophobia in place in this country and around the world, and it's not over. And so it's like we need to be reminded of these things. We don't have to be. We can pay attention if we choose. But if we want a different world, if we want to be in a different culture, if we want a different kind of life and relate to people differently, we must remember these things that have happened and what the problems are that created this in the first place.
Now, the cast of Versace, there's so many of you, such a great all-star cast. Was there anyone in the cast that you wish you had more time with to film with?
Every one of them.
Okay.
Of course, but that wasn't my story, and so, that was not to be. But, I mean, I would have loved to have. worked with everybody. I mean, look at the performances.
Yeah.
I mean, Edgar and Ricky and Penelope, and I'm so honored to be nominated with her. I mean, it's like there's that, and Darren, of course. But I got to be with Mike Farrell.
Yeah, you and Mike.
Just who has really just kind of this gentle energy to work with. He was just quite remarkable. Yeah.
No, you and Mike both, I guess. When filming, did you realize what stories you guys were telling in the power it would have at this time?
No. I mean, really, I mean it when I say when it was shown and people on social media and everything, people would say to me, have you seen what's going on? Now, I don't read reviews and I don't tend to do a lot of that stuff, and I think for me, I try to be...
You should read your reviews. They're great, by the way.
Thanks, Mom.
Just saying. Sometimes they're bad. Don't read them, but
no. But see, if you, I learned that very much in the theater. If you read the stuff that's good about you and you believe it and you take it in and you use it to amplify yourself in any particular way, of course, it feels good. But if you don't then also read about the things that are not so good about yourself. If you believe one, you have to believe the other. And I think it's really better to just sort of neutrally be appreciative that you know, and people, of course, tell you. I mean, they say to you, oh my God, this is amazing. And I think what happened was, I think they saw that, and I think they, all of the Ryan Murphy and the team rose to the occasion, and they said, let's put her into this, even, there were a couple more scenes for episode 9.
Yeah.
You know, so there's that kind of awareness that the fans, the people in the world, the audience, who I am so grateful for, have been for my entire career, really do make a difference in that way. And they need to know that they make a difference in that way for those of us who are parcel of this whole television film world.
Now I have some fun Emmys related questions for
dear.
you.
Is this like a test or a quiz? I'm really bad at this stuff.
Who was the Emmys host in 1970? I'm joking.
Oh, stop it. Oh my, I thought you were like serious. Okay.
Imagine.
No.
Just a rapid round of Emmys fun questions. Very cool. Are you ready?
Yeah, go, baby,
sure?
Go.
So who from the Versace cast?
I don't know. Okay.
Who from the Versace's cast favorite color is blue? No, I'm joking. Who from the Versace cast
You are. Oh my God, you are so bad. You're actually really good. I love that you have like these questions and you're like not really looking at them, and it's so fabulous.
So who from the Versace cast are you most looking forward to dancing with at the Emmys after parties this year?
Every one of them.
You gotta pick one. Who do you think's the best dancer? There's not an answer. It's just.
Let me see.
Who's the?
Listen, I would say that. Look, I mean, come on, Ricky Martin, Edgar Ramirez, and Darren Criss. We have this really lovely connection. I would say that I would dance with
them.
With all of them.
That's awesome.
That would be my dancing.
Now, last fun question. What's the one joke you want to see Emmys hosts Michael Che and Colin Jost tell? If you could give them a joke, what would it be?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I am so bad at jokes. I have had people say to me, do not tell jokes because you do not know how to do them.
You're funny, though.
So, listen, I can be funny. Somebody gives me a brilliant script, great. I can do that. I can give you that. But to give somebody a joke, no good. No. I leave that to other people who are like brilliant at doing that.
So then I guess what's your favorite part about the actual show?
Oh, it's like getting to be with the people that I've worked with, people that are my peers, and to watch people get acknowledged, to be part of that acknowledgement myself, to be so graced and to get to be so incredibly grateful. I mean, to be nominated 4 times is, in our business now, with the amount of television that's out there, it's extraordinary.
With your nomination for Marilyn, I think it's so special because it's a new role. It's for a limited series, and it's just a brand new role that you just played. Like that's what I think. It means a lot to me. For some reason, I don't know. I really.
What do you think? What do you think about it means a lot to you?
I just think it's like a new role for you. It's part of the limited series category.
Right.
It was such a great role. Like I don't know. something about it like clicks with me.
Yeah.
I can't put my. Does that make sense?
It
I'm like
totally-
very happy for you.
Thank you.
in this
Thank you.
sense, yeah.
I'm happy.
And we just met today, but I
I'm-
still like I love the show. Like yeah.
You know what? I feel the same way, and I think it's because being around for a long time, to be in a new category, to have done something new and different, and to be being acknowledged for it. You know, it's like when you watch the Olympics, and you know how long somebody has taken to get somewhere, and it's taken me a long time to get here. And so when we watch somebody like be acknowledged for something, it's like I feel that way about.
That's what I mean. I can't. I'm just not
It's like that's the way
articulate.
I feel about a lot of my peers when they get acknowledged. It's like you did it.
Yeah.
You put yourself out there. You stayed in the business for a long time. People have been gracious and generous to you, and you know. And now I just worked with a whole new team of people who have been that way with me. It's like it's lovely.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you're being acknowledged for this new part of your life, I guess, is what.
Yes, yeah.
So
I
great.
feel very much the same way. I really do. And it's surprising. It's sort of like, oh, and now this.
Yeah.
You know?
So great.
And you know, like I say, this is the win for me. And I get to talk to you, and we get to talk about it, and it's like it's lovely.
great.
It's really great.
Is there anything you want to say to the viewers before we sign
Just-
off? Thanks for watching.
Well, do you want to do it?
No, you do it. I was
I like that. Yeah,
I was tossing it to you.
Thanks for what'd you do?
I was tossing. Oh, let's do a nice wave.
Right,
Like
so
that.
is that the Queen wave? No. This
Check
is
out the Emmys.
This is the.
And
thank
if you haven't,
hey,
check out Versace.
listen. Thank you for watching. Not only thank you for watching, but thank you for watching all of the years. That's what I am really, really grateful for. So, thank you so much. Happy to be here.